We're back.
So this is my Micha and Mada's vlogy thingy number
3.
Yes, drei, trois, tria, trei, tre.
Welcome. The film we chose to talk about today, it is so good that it's like better than 1 million films combined.
I'll give you a hint. There was a boy, very sad.
I'm crying already.
I know, right? And then he did a mirror. Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
Not really.
I'd like to thank Jesus.
So anyhow, as you might have understood or might haven't because of our asylum related situation, the film we are going to talk about today is one of my favorite films ever, Moulin Rouge.
The first time you showed it to me, okay, we're doing this 3 hours later. The first time you showed it to me, was it last year?
Yes, it was last year.
I have never seen it before, and she was like, dude.
Yeah, well, first of all, I had a heart attack because I couldn't believe that someone couldn't have seen this masterpiece. It's the 2-disc edition that I recently bought.
We like to brag a little bit about our collection,
Yeah.
don't we?
Well, no, we don't like to brag, because if we like to brag, I would say that I already had the normal edition, but now I have the 2-disc edition to your faces. Sorry.
God. Okay. So we decided to do a very short, very fast synopsis. Go!
Okay, musical.
Yes, beautiful.
Nicole Kidman.
Baz Luhrmann.
Ewan McGregor.
Madonna.
What? Her.
Yes.
Um,
What's happening? Basically, this is a symbol for the first part of the Moulin Rouge film as well, because it's so
exactly.
So.
Yeah. So
See what we're doing
before,
here?
yeah, it's a very good point actually. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, we're so good. Yeah. Let's say just a few things about what the movie's about. The film, it's a musical.
But you didn't understand until now.
It doesn't have any original music except some instrumental parts. Mostly it's based on covers of famous popular songs. It's a remake of a 1953 film. It takes place in the famous Paris brothel Moulin Rouge in the beginning of the 20th century, 1900s, and it's about the Bohemian Revolution that was taking place back then. So our story focuses on the love story between Satine, Nicole Kidman, who is apparently the most beautiful prostitute in Moulin Rouge, whose dream is to become an actual actress.
They were prostitutes?
No! They were good ladies that were singing lullabies.
Okay, innocence is lost.
Up until now, what did you think Moulin Rouge was?
Oh, they were just dancing.
I mean, in the first scene he says Moulin Rouge, a brothel.
I thought it was like a metaphor for so much fun, it felt like you're having sex.
I cannot copy that. I cannot, I'm sorry, I quit. Satine meets Ewan McGregor, Christian, who is a writer.
Ewan McGregor.
Who is a writer, a poor writer, and they meet, they fall in love, and that's their story. It has to do with love, with truth, with her
beauty, freedom.
It's her dilemma between trying to become an actress, following her dream, but also finding love, which she didn't think she could find, but at the end those two things kind of collapse, and
in the most epic way ever.
yeah, and the ending is just big.
Now,
Moulin Rouge!
yeah, the film.
Spectacular.
My least favorite song of the film.
This is from that scene. This is
Where is this from?
Finding Nemo.
This one.
These boots are made for walking.
Okay. I personally didn't like the film the first time because for me it was a little bit too much. It was just like our beginning really. It was like, ah! It was like that a little bit. And It was just a little bit too much to digest at the beginning, and plus, it took a while for me to get used to the. I know, right? It took a while for me to get used to the combination of songs they did. You remember that? I had that kind of reaction the first time. Although I always thought visually it was really nice.
Spectacular, spectacular.
Yes, it was spectacular because it was very fairy tale-ish, and we know that that's Baz Luhrmann's style.
Yeah. He has this style. Maybe some of you, I don't know if you've seen Moulin Rouge or The Great Gatsby.
Lucky bastard.
In those two films, more than any other of his films, you can really tell that it's Baz Luhrmann. I mean, it has more than his signature. You can tell by the fairy dust and the colors, and sometimes the CGI he's using, it seems really fake. You can tell. But it doesn't really bother you because it helps create this certain ambience that those two films of his have. So, as you said before, Moulin Rouge at the first 20 minutes or half hour have this really fast pace, but funny kind of atmosphere going on that when I first saw it, I was like, okay, that is a
little bit
fun movie, very...
Yeah, a little bit all over the place as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just so many things going on at the same time in such a manner that would just confuse you deliberately.
Yeah, but then you kind of actually face the actual story, and as it goes on, you just find yourself more and more and more and more into the film.
And shit gets serious.
Exactly, until the end that you just wish that you
die.
could die. Really.
In the most horrible but beautiful way.
Yeah. Poor Satine. Oh, fuck, this was loud.
Sorry.
It has such beautiful cinematography and such amazing production design, and also expensive, I'm guessing. It's really beautiful, and I think it was really underestimated. I think in general, Baz Luhrmann is a bit underestimated from the Academy. I think the most important thing we have to say about this film is the fact that it's a musical. But, on the other hand, it's not Les Miserables, for example, that you go in,
they're not singing.
there's no dialogue. They say everything with singing, everything like, I wanna go downstairs.
Dramatic as fuck.
I wanna go downstairs. I wanna go downstairs. Clap for me! Please! That was the most emotional performance of my life!
They just took certain popular songs, they remade it in their own way, and they incorporated it in the story in such a way that it wouldn't seem necessarily unnatural.
Yeah, most of the people, when they hear music, are like, oh, I'm not gonna watch that shit. I mean, it's gonna be boring and blah, blah, blah. This is not the case. I mean, there are many people, to understand my point, there are many people that don't consider this film as a musical. They just think there's just too much music in it. And from that point of view, I thought it was really interesting.
Taking such popular songs that we know in a way and putting them in this new situation and in this new form, and many times in unexpected ways. I'm just gonna say like a virgin. That's all I need to say.
Yeah, excellent virgin in the
Yes,
film.
but that's the thing. It just gets you by surprise. If I would tell somebody that hasn't seen the movie, can you imagine like a virgin, sung by a fat, old circus dude, and at the beginning of the 1900s in Paris?
In Paris.
What?
Yeah. So you have to see to understand. I believe there are amazing interpretations. First, there's Nicole Kidman. I mean, there's no one like her in
first of all,
any galaxy or dimension.
You do need to understand that Nicole Kidman for Micha is one of her gods. So
yes,
alongside Vivian Lee.
Yes.
And not actual god. Ewan McGregor was good as well, but I personally thought at the first viewing that his singing wasn't very good.
I do agree.
When I saw it again, I did like it more, probably because I just got used to it.
Yeah, same here. I do not dislike him. I think he's a very good actor, and he was pretty good in this film, but also I think that at some point he couldn't reach Nicole Kidman. But, by the way, I just have to say that I read recently that Ewan McGregor is gonna star in a Broadway musical.
This episode's personal message is from Micha to Nicole Kidman.
I really like you.
If you know
Nicole.
what I mean.
You just have to ruin everything, don't you?
Oh, as if you would.
Sorry, Nicole. It's his fault. But I loved you in almost everything. I think you're brilliant. And pretty soon, you know, Grace of Monaco is coming out. You're gonna have another nomination. Not this year, because probably Kate Blanchett is gonna have the Oscar this year.
We talked about that, right?
Yeah. But pretty soon you're gonna have your second one. I promise. And if you don't...
Did you see?
If you don't, as God is my witness, you're gonna get another one of this!
Well, also, the secondary characters are pretty amazing.
They're quite memorable as well.
Exactly. Besides the guy that plays Zidler, the bad guy, although I think I haven't seen him anywhere before, although he has this kind of face that you're like, oh wait, I've seen this guy somewhere. But anyway, he is an amazing evil character.
He's perfect for it.
It's brilliant. It's not the kind of extremely genius evil that you have in other films, but he has this kind of... You don't just hate him, you
hate him from the
are
first scene.
disgusted by him. And I think this is excellent. This is just brilliant for someone to have this power over the audience.
Especially when your character needs to be like that.
Yeah.
My favorite songs are definitely One Day I'll Fly Away.
Yeah.
And,
Somewhat Come on.
No. Now, I would still much rather go for Ewan McGregor's, so for Christian's version of your song, and for the first rendition of that great theme. That was it?
Yeah.
Who's that originally by? Nature Boy. It's Nature Boy. I think it's an old jazz song.
I don't think there is something I dislike. Even Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
No, but that's really fitting and the context.
It's just even from the original music point of view, the closing credits are just lovely. I just love the closing credits. The music is done by Craig Armstrong.
Craig Armstrong, yeah, he usually collaborates with
Baz Luhrmann. It's interesting how from the first scene of the film, you get to know how the film will end.
True.
You don't know how they will get there, but you know where they're going. However, exactly because of what we said at the beginning, that there is this fast-paced, kind of ridiculous editing, and you don't know where they're going at the beginning, you just forget about it, and you kind of find yourself until the last minute wishing this will not happen, but it is.
No, but the thing is that I remember the first time I saw it, after he makes that statement at the beginning, during the film I was always like, maybe that's a metaphor or something.
Yeah, you wish.
Yeah.
I think it's a very interesting approach to directing because...
And storytelling as well.
Because you're not based anymore to the expectations of the audience or the suspense you can create. You're just based on what you get at every moment, every second, and how can you get the people to follow, although they know what's going to happen, and I think that's very interesting in filmmaking. The reason why this film is my favorite film, it's not about the love story. You can have dozens of films with love stories, good love stories, bad love stories, good endings, bad endings, etc. But for me, this film is so important and so brilliant because you have these main characters, Satine, and throughout her life, she did things that probably she's not proud of, things that she didn't want, just to get to a point that she could make her dream come true, become an actress. And when she gets to the point that she can actually see her dream is just there, at the same time, she falls in love, which is something she was preparing herself not to do. and she would sacrifice everything just to have her dream. But those two things, as we said before, they kind of collapse, and she has to choose between those two. And I just see the drama in her kind of try to choose. I mean, yeah, of course, everyone would choose love, I guess, but it's her dream. It's like the only thing that she has. I think the end, however tragic it is just so perfect because it has two messages. First of all, that if you are an artist, you're just there for your art, whatever happens, 24/7, and the audience doesn't care about your life. They literally don't care if the curtain is down and you're dying behind it. They don't care. And the second one is how there couldn't be any other ending in this film. Everyone says it's a very sad ending, and it is indeed. I mean, it is very sad. But for me, there couldn't be any other ending. I don't want to say something that will spoil the film for those who haven't seen it, but it's just she experienced everything the only way she could, and there couldn't be any other way for her later on. So I just think it's a beautiful film. Besides everything else, it's just a beautiful story. And if you disagree, please let us know.
In the end, I think I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm sorry.
I will give it a 10. I'm sorry, it's my favorite film.
Oh, the first 10 of our series.
It's my favorite film. I couldn't give it anything less than that.
Well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed our little rant about Moulin Rouge.
And all our craziness that was condensed in one film today. Yeah.
And please leave a comment, and hope to see you soon.
Goodbye, beautiful people. See you soon.
Hello.
5 hours later. We're just trying out things, so, and just waiting for your feedback, maybe. If you want to leave some comments and just let us know what you think.
You know we're gonna talk about every comment I get, so.
In a good way, always, of course.
No, you can just go now.
Oh god.
Oh, this is so nice.
We should have some music to play you off, like of the. How dare you? Of the. Sorry, really.
No.
I mean, it's just medicine.
Okay.
What else is gonna happen? Marry me, bitch!
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay. So, how do I hold it?
Just, it doesn't really matter, just blow.
Wait.
Try like that.
We're learning to play the trumpet.
Trumpet tutorial! Oh.
Do it again.
No! Enough of music for today. This was the first trumpet tutorial. For more videos, check someone else's website.
And if you're here for the trumpet tutorial, you're gonna be disappointed.
Sorry. Yeah.
You're not even.
But just stay with us. I mean, we're cool, aren't we?
Hang out. It's just like, yeah.
So, Moulin Rouge.
Going back.
It's interesting that...
Don't point that out, squirt me, young lady.